point, you should have goddamn retired Shiloh's jersey. At this point, you should have retired Junior's jersey, the media boy.
Poppy is hot commodity.
Yeah, hot takes.
We're gonna
hot
get hot takes. Okay, who should draft Shedeur Sanders?
Who should draft Shedeur Sanders is definitely the Las Vegas Raiders, because if you thinking about personality, that nigga got the biggest personality for the biggest personality city in the whole world. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to go to Vegas. Ain't nowhere like Vegas, baby. Ain't nothing like goddamn Shedeur. Ain't that nigga say? But then that nigga should not play his first year. I'm gonna be honest, that nigga is not no day one starter. And that nigga should not want to be a day one starter. Because if you goddamn look at day one starters in the history of goddamn day one starters, let's just look at the last day one starters we done seen in the last 5 years, you feel me? Now Jaden Daniels and goddamn CJ Stroud are exceptions. That's the reason why Jaden Daniels, I knew that nigga was gonna be good, but I didn't know that nigga was gonna be that good. Not his first year, you know what I'm saying? Because normally it's an adjustment period. But then that nigga played so much college ball, I guess he was more experienced. But then that's what I'm saying. Shedeur goddamn only played, he played HBCU ball for 2 years. Then you go and you play you play HBCU ball for 2 years. Then you go play at Colorado for 2 years. In Colorado, now you getting a taste of some actual competition. The nigga look great, yes. You helped turn around, yes. But you're not a day one starter, because then let's look. You goddamn got Caleb Williams, looks terrible. You goddamn got Justin Fields, goddamn still fighting for a career. You goddamn got Josh Rosen, you goddamn got like all these niggas that we goddamn are pushing to start day one. Who else? Let me think. Damn near everybody off the top, of my Trevor Lawrence was looked as a generational ass pick. They said nobody was like Trevor Lawrence since Peyton motherfucking Manning. And that nigga goddamn now, they sitting here calling him a bust. You want to know why? Because we goddamn, as a generation, we don't have no patience. We don't want to let these kids develop. We don't want to let these kids go through 4 or 5 years. Peyton Manning led the league in interceptions. How many times his own rookie year? So how many times are we going to say this and still goddamn be trying to fire niggas after 2 or 3 years? No, it's going to take niggas time to figure it out. Anthony Richardson, day one starter, but then now this nigga's fighting for a job. But then no, if you just sit a year or two, you might end up like Patrick Mahomes. You might end up like Jordan Love. You might end up even like Michael Penix. Wasn't the plan for that nigga to start last year for the Atlanta Falcons. That's why they brought in Kirk Cousins' non-mobility ass. But then that nigga goddamn was sitting back there looking like a motherfucking statue. So then they goddamn had to go and get motherfucking Michael Penix. So then they're like, it's your time to shine, nigga. But that nigga had more than half a season to sit and just practice, watch film, learn how to be a pro, learn how my schedule goes, learn how I got to operate to get the game day. And now I'm figuring it out. Now I'm ready to start. But then if they rush that nigga Shedeur to start, then they going to be sitting here calling that nigga a bust and trying to get that nigga the fuck out of goddamn the Raiders and shit. When them niggas ain't had a good fucking quarterback. Like Derek Carr's mediocre, you know what I'm saying? But you looking at Shedeur to be better than Derek Carr's career. So if you want him to be better than Derek Carr, then goddamn sit him for the year. You got that ugly weasel looking nigga at quarterback. Just keep that Pyramid, I think that's his last name. Keep him at quarterback, and then let Shedeur sit for like 1 year. Come in that next season. There's no rush, bro. If you want to have a long, successful career, because now they don't have the patience for you to goddamn figure shit out. Because that first year, yes. That next year, they're going to look for a big leap. If that big leap's not there, that third year's a make and break year. If that third year you're not making the playoffs and shit, then they might not even extend your contract and they going to trade you. And so then now your career's looked at a whole different way. But that's the reason why Sam Darnold and shit now later on in his career, and Baker Mayfield later on in their careers, they goddamn are looking like, all pro quarterbacks. They're like, oh, they done figured it out. Oh, we don't know what's done happened. No, nigga, it's because they done matured now. They done realized the league now. They done realized how to become a pro now. And so then now, in year 5, 6, 7, I'm actually playing like a top 10 quarterback. Now I can get my niggas to the playoffs. No, I might not be more talented than this other nigga, but I might know how to beat this other nigga. That's what matters in the NFL. It don't matter if you can throw that ball farther, more accurate. It matters if you goddamn can manage the game and win that motherfucker. But then you goddamn already have so much nepotism, goddamn Shedeur. So then that's the reason why I'm like, this nigga don't need to go and be no day one starter anyway, because he's not ready to hear all that goddamn bashing. This nigga goddamn that been lifted up his whole life by his damn daddy. His daddy just gave him a participation trophy for goddamn participating to turn around the program at goddamn Colorado. So he retired his jersey with Travis Hunter, knowing that damn well that's some bullshit. Travis Hunter, now, I'm not even no Colorado fan, so I'm not even gonna,
Why is it bullshit?
Because Colorado fans called it out and said that, Colorado fans called it out and they said that Cordell nigga, or I think his name was Cordell or Cunningham, but you see, we don't even know that nigga's name, but I guess real Colorado fans was pointing out that they actually have some players that finished like top 5 in the Heisman voting and shit like that that could have got them been notable players to retire their jerseys before Shedeur. On his first season, this nigga ain't even made it to the league yet, and you already retiring his jersey? Now, Travis Hunter, yes, Travis Hunter's the first Heisman that Colorado ever done had. He helped turn around the program, transform things. So he should have been the only person that got his jersey retired, especially right then and there. Them niggas ain't even goddamn, like, it took CJ Spiller, I don't know how many years to goddamn get his jersey retired, and he was Clemson's first 5-star recruit. He was Dabo Swinney's first 5-star recruit. He's the one that helped change around the whole program. CJ Spiller, goddamn, if it wasn't for CJ Spiller, it would have been no Sammy Watkins, D-Hop. It would have been no Taj Boyd. It would have been no goddamn Andre Ellington. It would have been none of them niggas coming into Clemson. And without them niggas goddamn coming in and losing to South Carolina every year, now that shit used to piss me off. But if it wasn't for them niggas, then it would have been no Deshaun Watson coming in. It would have been no goddamn Trevor Lawrence coming in, winning no national championships for us. So we know who goddamn started that shit. And we know it was goddamn CJ Spiller first, then we know it was goddamn D-Hop and them. D-Hop done had a whole Hall of Fame career, and this nigga don't even got his goddamn jersey retired at Clemson. But then if it wasn't for their generations, they're the ones who turned around Clemson's whole program to be national championship contenders now, because they was the ones that goddamn wanted to take a risk on Dabo Swinney and believed on him, and then they was the ones that went out and proved how good of a coach he was. So then now we were able to get better recruits. But then no, goddamn, this nigga goddamn wants to goddamn uplift Shedeur so much and goddamn you're the best, you're the best, you're the best. Don't want to tell him nothing, and to the point where if he's gonna retire goddamn Shedeur, if he's gonna retire Travis' jersey, then he's gonna then he's gonna retire Shedeur's jersey too. But then if you're gonna retire Shedeur's jersey, you should have retire Shiloh's jersey. Go and retire goddamn retire everybody's motherfucking jersey at this point. Shit, retire the whole motherfucking team's jersey. At this point, no cap, because Shedeur, yes, that nigga was fire. I ain't gonna cap. Yes, that nigga, he's gonna be a first round pick. Yes, that nigga was one of the best quarterbacks in the league and one of the most entertaining people to watch. Yes, but that does not get your jersey retired. Put you in the Hall of Fame. That nigga's in the Hall of Fame because he had a losing ass season, because he didn't even win no fucking bowl game both motherfucking seasons. Like, this nigga when it times to fucking win, what are you giving the goddamn reward to? Because the nigga has some good stats? You give the award to because of shit that you're assuming of y'all's progression? We don't even know if goddamn Coach Prime is about to even goddamn win no natties and shit. So they sitting here talking about a turnaround in goddamn Colorado because they did go 1-11, yes. But then going on 4 and whatever the fuck that next year, and then now this last season was their best season, no cap. But doing that does not get you into the Hall of Fame. That does not goddamn get you into that does not get your jersey retired. Like, that is goddamn nepotism out the motherfucking ass. Like, Travis Hunter, yes, and I don't even know why the fuck they goddamn even retiring they jersey so soon. Like, these, like, now if you would have waited a few years and we saw how the goddamn program really turned out after these niggas to see if these niggas really turned that shit around, then we'll be like, all right, bet. But then no, this nigga's retiring and before these niggas even get out of Colorado. God damn, Dion. Like, at this point, you should have goddamn retired Shiloh's jersey. At this point, you should have retired Junior's jersey, the media boy. You should have retired everybody's jersey then at that point, motherfucker. Because Shedeur, the nigga's talented as fuck. But the nigga is not no Hall of Fame quarterback. The nigga goddamn, you should have retired his jersey more at JSU than at Colorado. But then no, you want to goddamn retire that shit at Colorado because that nigga didn't even win no bowl game both years. The nigga goddamn, if you total up his total record at Colorado, it's a losing ass record. So we goddamn celebrating losing now and celebrating mediocrity, and that's not setting that nigga up for goddamn league. I promise y'all that.